Hello.
Hi.
Hola.
Hi. How are
Hi,
you,
how are you?
Moby?
Hi.
Good.
Hola.
Hi. Good, thank you.
Hello.
Moby and Alpha.
Hello. Woo.
Hi. Oh, whose dog is that?
Hola.
I don't know. I don't know whose dog is barking. Do you want to say hi really quick to Moby?
Hi,
Hola.
Moby. How
Yeah.
are
Hi,
you?
Moby.
Hola.
Hi.
Hello.
So
Hi.
I'm gonna speak
Oh my
now.
God.
I know that this is new for all of us, Moby. How are you? Thank you for being here in Alpha 91.3. I'm Christina. Even though in the screen may say Juan Carlos, no, I'm Christina. And I'm very happy to be with you, Moby, with your fans. Mexico really loves you. So we have this meet and greet. You're gonna say a number from 1 to 10, and I'm gonna ask you a question that they sent previously. Is that okay with you? And then we're gonna
Sure.
make this.
Whatever you want to do is fine with me.
Okay, so just say a number, the one you like from 1 to 10.
How about four?
Okay, number 4 is from Elim Ireri Moret. Are you there, Elim?
I'm here. Hi, Moby.
Yay!
How are you?
Hi.
So my question should be, which is the biggest talent that this pandemic has left you, and if we can expect something new from you soon?
Yeah, I mean, the pandemic, in some ways, I almost feel guilty talking about it just because my experience in the pandemic has not been that bad. And I know so many people are struggling, either with health or with family or with finances. Um, Whereas, I tend to spend most of my time at home working on music and going hiking and reading books. And that was sort of what I was doing before the pandemic. So it's also what I've been doing during the pandemic. And yeah, I mean, I've been working quite a lot. The only problem is that none of the things I'm working on have been finished. So, um, yeah, there's a lot of things I'm hoping to release, but I don't know what they'll be because they're not done yet. So I think it's a really interesting question. I wish I had a better answer. All I can say is next year, hopefully, I'll be releasing, I think, like a book, two movies, and probably at least 3 or 4 new music projects.
Great. We will wait for that. We will be super excited too.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, I
Thank
wish I
you.
had specific details, but like I said, nothing has been finished or nothing has a name.
That's awesome anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Moby. Thank you, Ireri. So we're gonna go with the next question. Can you say a number?
7.
7. Number 7 is lucky 7. Carla Castañeda Sanchez. Are you there? Do you want to ask your question or do you need help?
Yeah, me. Hi, Moby.
Hi.
Okay, my question. What do you think we need to do? You talk about the cambio climático, how do you
The
say?
climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we can do in a personal way and with our families, with our kids. What's the thing you most recommended about it?
Well, it's a really good question. And it's a hard one to answer because obviously there are things that we can do, but then you look at the rest of the world. You look at Brazil cutting down the rainforests. You look at Indonesia cutting down the rainforests. You look at China and India with 2 billion people who are burning coal constantly. And so I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like, like if I take public transportation, if I drive an electric car, I'm a vegan, so I don't eat any animal products. I try not to use my air conditioning. I try not to use my heat. But that question of like, what can one person do?
Yeah.
And the only answer I have is we need to do everything, and without making ourselves profoundly miserable in the process. Like if it's the middle of winter and I'm trying to fight climate change by taking a cold shower, that might not be helping climate change. That might just be making me cold and miserable.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think one of the most important things is our ability to vote. You know, voting for politicians who believe that climate change is a real thing and are going to work to end it.
So important.
And also letting corporations know that this is an important issue. You know, because corporations really will respond to customers, but we have to tell them what's important to us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Danny. So let's go with the next question, Moby. Can you say number, please?
How about 2?
Okay, number 2 is Blanca Flor Pérez. Haces tu pregunta, te ayudamos. Do you need help? You can make your question, Blanca.
Hi, Moby.
Hi.
I'm very happy. My question is, how was your relationship with David Bowie?
Oh, and also I have to say, I'm sorry that I can't do this in Spanish because puedo hablar un poquito de español, pero no puedo hablar mucho en español. Y es una lástima porque mi familia es de Argentina y de Colombia. So it's just very sad that I can't speak Spanish when the majority of the people in my family are Spanish speaking. So I apologize.
No, it's okay. Don't mind.
So David Bowie, I mean, he was my favorite musician of all time. You know, the first job I ever had, I only worked long enough to buy David Bowie records. And then in 1999, we became friends and we became neighbors. And we had Christmases together and we went on tour together and we worked on music together. We talked about art together, had dinner together. And the whole time it was so strange because he's my favorite musician of all time. And so the whole time we were friends, I had to pretend that I wasn't as big a fan as I actually was. You know, so I had to sort of pretend to be normal in the presence of David Bowie, which was really hard because it's David Bowie.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Moby. Thank you very much, Blanca. Let's go with the next question.
How about 1?
Okay, number 1 is Ana Cecilia Segura. Ana Ceci, do you want to make your question?
I'm fine, thank you. Hi, Moby. I am so excited. I am very, very happy. My question is, do you admire any Mexican, for example, writer, musician, or plastic artist?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the most interesting aspects. Like, I live in Los Angeles now.
Yeah.
And obviously, Los Angeles, practically speaking, is a Mexican city. It was a Mexican city for a long time. And it's so interesting, like, I mean, especially like, because really the subtext to your question is the relationship between the United States and Mexico. And I almost feel like when I talk to friends of mine who are Mexican or Mexican American, when I go to Mexico, I feel like I have to apologize constantly for the United States. You know, because you have Mexico with obviously like its phenomenal history of art and literature and humanity. You know, I think of like, I mean, so much like the fact that like surrealism in the early 20th century migrated to Mexico, and, you know, and like magical realist fiction that largely originated in Mexico. But yet the United States politically, especially the Republicans, have always treated Mexicans and Mexico so badly. So really, I feel like that's the subtext of all of like my dealings with Mexico and people in Mexico is apologizing, especially these last 4 years when we've had, you know, this terrible, terrible racist as president and this terrible racist party. So on behalf of, you know, most of the people in my country, we love you and I apologize.
Thank you, Moby.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ceci. And I want to say about what you were saying, Moby, that we understand you because you've said it like before, and you really care about Mexico and our culture and your fans. And it's really important for us as a radio station, as you can see, to have just a little part of all of the Mexican fans that are always aware of your music here in Alpha, and asking for you and for you to come back. I know that now times are quite difficult because of the pandemic, but don't feel sorry, because Mexico loves you, and music unites, and is what you are doing, I mean, for a long time, and we feel it. So thank you very much for your time, for being here with us. We haven't finished. We have a little more time, so please, the next number, Moby.
9.
Okay, number 9. Are you ready? Marco Antonio Hernandez. Are you ready, Marco Antonio? Do you need help?
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, what will you advise someone who is starting to create music?
What a nice question. My advice is to learn how to do everything. You know, in the olden days, you could have a career as a musician, as a drummer. You could have a career as a musician, as a bass player. But nowadays, the people who tend to have the most successful, happiest careers, they sort of learn how to do everything. You know, they learn how to play instruments, they learn how to write songs, they learn how to DJ, they learn how to write music for films, they learn how to produce other people. So it's a bad time for musicians who only play one instrument, but it's a good time for musicians who have the ability to do everything. And so, you know, I think of like someone like, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember. There was like a Dutch DJ whose name I can't remember because I'm old. And what was his name? And he was a DJ, and now he does film scores, and he can remix, and he produces other people. And that way, like, he has a wonderful life because he never just learned how to do one thing.
Okay. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Moby.
Thank you very much.
Let's go with the... Sorry, Moby, yeah.
How about 10?
About 10. Number 10 is Marta Benitez, Lugo. Are you there?
Hi.
Let's go.
Well, my question is, I would like to know which musicians or singers from now and from the past times do you admire?
It's a hard question to answer because there's so many people that I admire. I mean, one of the biggest influences I have was Brian Eno, you know, who was in the band Roxy Music, and then he produced David Bowie and Talking Heads and U2 and Devo, and he sort of invented ambient music. So he's one of my biggest influences. And when I was growing up, I had a very strange upbringing because I played classical music, but I was also playing in a hardcore punk band. I really love the British producer Burial. I also really love James Blake. I loved Sigur Rós. I don't know if they're still together, but I really loved when they were making records. But it's a great question. It's just a hard question to answer because there's so many names that I can think of. So I could sit here for the next hour just rattling off names.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Greeting from Cancun.
How about right in the middle, 5?
Okay, number 5 is, are you ready, Erika Fuentes? Are you there? Yes? Okay.
Hi, Moby.
Hi.
Hi. Well, first of all, I want to thank you because of your message to respect animal rights and the environment. And I know it's a very difficult time for all the world, but I would like to know if in Mexico, one day we could have the opportunity to see you once again, I don't know, in a concert or a DJ set or something like that.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I've been a vegan now for 33 years, and working on animal rights is the most important part of my life. You know, whether it's both saving animals, but also preventing climate change, preventing deforestation, preventing antibiotic resistance, preventing cancer, preventing diabetes, preventing pandemics, et cetera, like so many reasons why working on behalf of, you know, promoting veganism really is my life's work. And in terms of coming to Mexico, I mean, who knows what the future of travel and live music and performances might be. I mean, one of the things I'm hoping to release next year is a movie project. So it might make more sense to come to Mexico around releasing this movie, assuming it gets released, because I don't know, I mean, sadly, when concerts will become, you know, a realistic option. So, but hopefully soon, because like I said, I live in Los Angeles, so technically I live in Mexico. So, I mean, technically every morning I wake up, I'm in Mexico, even if I still pay taxes to the United States.
Gracias.
Okay, thank you, Moby. Thank you.
Thank you, Erika. Thank you, Moby. And I'm really sorry that we ran out of time. I know that we have a lot of questions pending. And I know that there are people here also that are working, doctors that are maybe in the hospital, but they made the time to see you, Moby. So.
Oh, hi. I mean, I feel bad. I hate the idea of people not being able to ask their questions. Is there like maybe one or two quick ones we could try and get to?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Can you say the next number?
How about you guys pick?
Okay, who's left? Who hasn't asked their question?
Because that way I won't feel too guilty.
It's okay. So there's a doctor here, Daniana. Hey, welcome. Do you want to say your question or you need help?
Hi. Well, I'm a little of help, but I am so excited. I want to take my
your mask?
Yeah, my mask. Hi, Moby. I'm so excited for this interview. I need I really want to thank you for this moment, for all we have here. My question is, I follow you since I was 15 years old. My uncle was very fan of you, and really this is his question. I really like all your music, but the question is the next. If you need to choose one of your favorite songs, which one will be and why?
Thank you.
I know this is a very difficult question, but which one will be?
It's actually, for me, it's a fairly easy question to answer. I mean, obviously I've been making music for a long time and I've made a lot of music, but there's one song in particular that I made in 1995. It's called God Moving Over the Face of the Waters. And it's an orchestral song, a classical song. And that, I mean, of course I like a lot of the music I've made, but that particular piece of music is the one that for me is the most emotional, and that I have the most sort of personal emotional connection to. So I hope I'm not insulting any of my other songs, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be that one, God Moving Over the Face of the Waters.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Moby. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Do you want to pick one last one that we can? Because again, I feel guilty not getting to everybody.
It's okay if you want to say. Just pick the last one. Who's left? Lucia, are you there, Lucia? Yeah. Do you have your question ready? Do you need help?
Yes, please. I need a help.
Okay. What do you want to ask, Moby? You can tell me in Spanish. ¿Me puedes decir en español?
¿Cómo mantener la paz interior cuando se ha logrado tanto éxito a través de su música? Y por otro lado también agradecerle toda esa música que nos ha compartido y que a través de ella nos ha expresado su sensibilidad.
Well, in terms of maintaining inner peace or calm, part of it is, so I had this experience, I guess it was the last time I played at the festival Coachella, which is about 5 or 6 years ago. If you've ever been to Los Angeles, there's a freeway called the 10.
Yeah.
And it's one of the worst roads in the world. It's dirty and ugly and congested. And I was taking the 10 down to Palm Springs where Coachella is. And I was sitting in traffic and it was hot and it was unpleasant. And I was feeling sorry for myself stuck in traffic. And I looked around and all of a sudden I had this very simple thought, which was, oh, this is hard for everyone. You know, like when I'm in traffic, it's not just me who hates traffic. In fact, other people probably hate it more than I do. And I just realized the human condition affects everyone. Like, it affects some people harder than others, you know, but ultimately, as humans, we're all confused and we're all scared. We all get sick. We lose our loved ones. We all die. Everything we know will disappear. And that gives me such a sense of compassion, both for myself, but for other people who are dealing with this. But it helps me to put things in perspective. You know, when you think of the universe being 14 billion years old and our planet being over 5 billion years old and life being 3.5 billion years old, it's sort of, so the peace I have comes from enjoying the world as it is, you know, looking out my window and seeing birds and seeing trees, but also understanding the impermanence of things, you know, and accepting that, you know, the trees I'm looking at some point, they won't be here anymore. You know, at some point I won't be here anymore. At some point, none of us will be here anymore. And there's a sadness around that, but there's also sort of a peace that can come with accepting the truth of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you, Moby. Thank you really much for being here. And I mean, I might not be the only one that is, and I can stop playing long ambience. Like I'm a fan from years ago, but in this time in pandemic, it's like a really balm for everyone. So thank you for your music, for your time.
Oh, thanks. We're putting out a new ambient record, hopefully in about a month or so.
Oh, great. Okay, we're gonna wait for that. And thank you, Moby. Gracias a todos. Gracias, Moby.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Moby.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Yeah.